All these guys are bowling balls.
Home game at Jack Trice Stadium. 1st and 10. Here's Breshadaul looking for history. Hall.
And what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Fun NFL. Number one, guys, Breshadaul. Let's start with him. Okay, so yeah, it's running back grades. Of course, we do it out of 5 for ratings. Literally anything. We have all these certain categories. Starting out with Breshadaul. Let's look at him. Has excellent workout. Yeah, he had a great workout at the NFL Combine. He was great. Showing a super combination of size, speed, and explosion. He established himself as a top running back prospect of 2022 draft in early second round. Of course, if you're a running back going in the first round, you're probably the best player in the draft class, which he isn't. He's a really good player, but no. 5.8 yards per carry, 1,400 yards with 20 touchdowns. On top of, he is a tough runner. Productive receiver out of the backfield, 36 catches, 202 yards, 3 touchdowns. Impressed in 2020, 1,500 yards, 5.6, 21 touchdowns. That season, 23 for 180 and 2 scores through the air. All impressed his team sources, and they think he could provide a nice value pick in the after the first round. I definitely agree with that. Like, we can look at his consistency. If you're a running back and you're not consistent, I don't really consider you a very good running back. Unless you're a superstar, that's a little different. Let's look at his game log. Look at these numbers. So, first 2 weeks he had a tough time. These are actually you and I. That was just they actually have a pretty good run defense in the country. Iowa, of course, we know about them. They were one of the best defense in the country for a while. But he has 4 straight 100-yard games, 70-yard game, struggled there. But to end the season, he had, 7 400-yard games, and he had 242 yards to finish out the season. That's pretty good. If you didn't know, yeah, he's a pretty darn good runner. Like I said, he's tough. He's not great out of the backfield, but he's decent. He's a really good running back. Okay, now let's get to the rating. Okay, for Breshadaul, speed. I'll give it, honestly, it looked pretty good. I'll give it 3.25. Yeah, 3.25. It's above average, I'd say. It's a little bit, it's not like he's the fastest dude in the world, but he's a good runner. And then after contact, I think he's good with this. I'll give him a, I'll give him a 4 for this. He's really good at after contact. I'd say he's the second best running back in the draft at this. He's a pretty darn good runner after contact. He does break a lot of tackles, but I really think the one thing that he could do better is keep going and going and going, because sometimes, yeah, he breaks those tackles, but he doesn't get that speed back, which I think is something he could work on. Catching. I mean, it's decent. He'll drop a ball occasionally, but mostly he's really good at catching the ball. He definitely could be better, but he's definitely not worse. He's definitely not bad at it. Route running. This is a little bit of a struggle. Yeah, you say he's good out of the backfield, but he runs routes badly. Sometimes he slips. He just doesn't run. They're pretty sloppy, which is hard for a running back. But if he gets better at least running these routes a little more efficiently, I think they'll be good. Hitting the right hole. I mean, like, it's a 4. He has more explosion than he has speed. He's not the breakaway guy you'd want, but he can break away. Yeah, his ability to hit the hole is right there. It's so explosive. It could be a 5 is when you see them, they blow through that hole like this. Like the camera can barely catch it. When you have that, that's a 5. It's hard to get a 5. I'll give him a 4. Toughness, 4.5. It's probably his best rate. 5s, it's so hard to give out 5s. It's really hard to. Maybe other than a couple offensive linemen, I really don't know anyone I'd give a 5 per se. But he definitely deserves a 4.5. On-field vision, I mean, it's pretty darn good. I'll give it an 3.85. But it's right. It's almost like a strength, but not sometimes he doesn't get the right thing. But he definitely displays it as an ability. Power. It's rare to see him not get in the end zone on those goal line situations. He powers through, and not many linebackers in the NFL are going to be able to stay with him. But, yeah, I'd say I give his power 4.25. Agility, it's not good. It really is not that good. I'll give it a 3.1, a little bit above average. Nothing special, really. That's all I have to say about this. Change of direction. This is a little better. I'll give it 3.2, but rating and change of direction is really not easy per se, but it isn't bad. Ball security. I really haven't seen him fumble. Like, I'm not giving him a 5 because I bet he has fumbled, but he has a 4.75 for this. If you have that, like, you're pretty darn good. For comparison, oh shoot, Breshadaul. Who would be a good comparison for him? Not Dalvin Cook. It's definitely not Nick Chubb either. I gotta think of like. Is it Josh Jacobs? Yeah, I'll give him Josh Jacobs. Cause he's not horrific out of the. He's not good. He's not very good out of the backfield, but he can do it. But yeah, like the toughness. I think that's the in display of toughness is. I think that's a good trait. Yeah, Josh Jacobs is a really good comparison to Breshadaul. Either way, guys, next guy, let's get right into it.
And Zeus White muscles in the first touchdown.
Now, Walter football, second guy, Zamir White. He was, I wouldn't say he was splitting carry. Yeah, he was splitting carries with James Cook. But this dude is a beast. He is so efficient. Very efficient. This dude that's his best trait, really. But when you look at it, yeah, he split carries with James Cook, among others. But he did impress with his opportunities. He was amazing. He's definitely a day 2, but he could definitely be a starter. Size, power, speed, and natural running ability. I think it's a talent. He is very talented. This dude, he's very talented. Ran well in 2020 as the lead back. He showed speed instincts and physicality. Well, shooting fast, he ran hard on 78 carries. But then we look at it like receiving, like he doesn't really catch the ball. That's the one problem. Oh, when he runs it, let's see, like, when he gets carries, is he good? Oh yeah, let's look at these right carry. Alabama, yeah, he was not good. I'll be honest with you. Did not play against Alabama in the national title game. Wasn't he like hurt or something? I forgot. He's been efficient the whole season though, literally. Yeah, Missouri, he got 9 carries, was not good. He had a couple of clunkers, but like, look how efficient this is. 5 yards, 4.8, 6, 5, 4, 4, 3.83. Kentucky, yeah, they weren't giving up much run. I watched that game. They played Norfolk really well. He was great against Florida. Not good against Missouri. Probably his worst game of the season. And then the rest of the season pretty darn good. Alabama, of course, that loss was not good, but other than that, yeah. He is a very efficient running back. He's a good one, too. Maybe not number 2, but yeah. Let's get into his ratings, though. Okay, for Zamir White, speed. Okay, he's pretty fast. I honestly think he's definitely faster than Breshadaul. 3.75. Is he the fastest? Absolutely not. But is he fast? Yes. After contact, he's average. I'll give him a flat 3. It could be better. It definitely could be worse too. But he doesn't really have that many opportunities either. Like, I don't really think he's the type of guy you'd want to, like, be your big play guy. He's very efficient, like I said. He can break tackles, but I haven't really seen enough from him after the catch. Catching, like I said, he's not really much of a receiving back. In the opportunities he's had, he should drop some balls, so I'll give him a 2.25. Yeah, when he needs to catch it, I don't really see. I'm not very confident in it. Route running, I can't really. I'm gonna give this like a mark because I really don't know about his route running. We haven't seen enough. Ability to hit the hole. This is his best trait. He gets a 4. He hits it hard. It's really hard to get him once he hits the hole because he just gets in it so fast. He knows where the hole is. I'm hitting that hole before it happens. It's hard to know that. Toughness, like, that's another big trait for him. I'll give him a 3.5. If you're not a tough running back, like, there's actually a good amount of running backs that aren't tough. But he definitely isn't lacking that. I wouldn't say he's, like, gonna grind out the clock, but he definitely has some toughness. On the field vision, he's really good with this too. Another really good trait. There's a reason that some of these running backs average such a high yard per carry. It's because they know where the hole is going to be. They know where they're supposed to run it. When is it? They play it in their head before the play happens. When you have guys like that, it's really hard for a defense to stop it. It's just how it is. Power. He's not the greatest power back. I'll give him a 3.25. He definitely, I wouldn't say he's lacking power, but he's not going to be the guy that's going to truck over a guy and get in the end zone. Agility, pretty darn good. Honestly, it's a 3.75. You watch him run, and the agility getting side to side lateral movement it's really good. It's not like freak like Saquon, but it's pretty darn good. Change of direction, 3.5. He changes direction, I won't say a lot, but when he has to, he's pretty good at it. It's pretty efficient. Ball security. I mean, it's about average. He fumbles every once in a while, but overall, I don't really think that's much of an issue. It's not like he's going to hold on to the ball. He's going to come up a couple times this season, but he's not going to cough up the ball like every single game. Comparison. Zamir White, I don't know who's like a really efficient running back. I wouldn't say Devin Singletary because he's not a receiving back. This is actually really hard. I wouldn't say, yeah, this is actually kind of hard. Not James Conner. I'm thinking of a guy that's like not the receiving back, but he's really efficient. Melvin Gordon, maybe? Or, you know what? Yeah, Michael Carter. Javonte Williams is a bowling ball. Michael Carter, yeah, he's a good receiving back, but I really do like, they're so efficient. Like, whenever you're an efficient guy, it's really hard to play good defense on him. So, yeah, that's why I'm giving, probably Michael Carter's a good comparison for Zamir White. Splitting carries, that's another big thing, but yeah, he's a pretty darn good back. He's probably not my number 2, if I'll be honest, but he's very efficient.
Ron Robinson broke another tackle, going for about 20 plus.
Okay, now we got Brian Robinson. Of course, I don't like him. I'll be honest with you. I really just don't like him. He's a good player, but I don't like him. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. He had a very good 2021 season, showing natural running ability alongside size, quickness, toughness, and an ability to run out, pick up yards, pick up contact. Probably his best trait, if you ask me. Very similar to Javonte Williams, if you ask me. Like Williams, big, strong, and downhill. These sorts of Robinson wiggle and elusive, basically, he's more elusive, but I don't really think so. Like, people say that, not really. Some teams have, people really like Brian Robinson. I don't, but that's their opinion. Second round grades, I like Breshadaul and Zamir White. Robinson has had a disappointing year, but has a solid combine. Yeah, he was not good at the senior bowl, like missing a lot of holes. Steady backup at Alabama over the past year while he being buried in the depth chart, like Najee Harris and Damian Harris. If Robinson is a third down starter in 2021, he could be a riser. Yeah, he's a good player. Like, we'll look at his game log. He's not very consistent. That's another thing. Yeah, he didn't get many carries against Miami. Same thing with Mercer. Florida first game, he was pretty good, not great. He's not very explosive. Yeah, he had that 63-yard run against New Mexico State, but let's be honest, they stink. He is not your blow-away guy. He has never really been that guy, which can be a problem because teams will stop you, and if you're not able to be the guy that can make something happen, you're never going to get anything happening. Because against teams like Cincinnati, you got to have you have 204 yards, just mowing them down. But if he hit a big run, there's a good chance he puts up 350 yards. I'm not even joking. But yeah, 204 yards is really good. Defense is part of it too, but yeah, it's just a lot of missed opportunities, and he's not very explosive. Those are my two biggest flaws with him. Okay, now for his grade. Speed, I honestly think it's pretty lacking. I'm gonna give him a 2.5. Like I said, he's not very explosive. It's not a liability per se, but it's definitely not good. After contact, I gotta be honest, he's pretty darn good. It's 3.75. It's hard to see him go down on the first tackle attempt, but it happens because like I said, he's not the fastest. Catching, honestly, he's not that bad at this. 3.4, like when he needed to make a catch, he did. He's a power back, but he can't be worse. Route running, honestly, it's kind of atrocious. I call it a 1. If you don't remember, it was supposed to be a swing pass against Cincinnati. Bryce Young got it off, but Bryce Young was supposed to get it out to him. He blocked instead of ran the route. And then some other times, he just doesn't run the route right and, like, the wrong way or something. It's pretty bad. He's not a good route runner. Hitting the hole. Another 3-point, let's say, 6. He's good at this, too. Really good at this, actually. Toughness, 3.5. Pretty good. On-field vision, this could be better, but I'll give him a 3.2. It's not like it's, like I said, a liability. It's a little better than average. Power, 4. I'll give him a 4.5. like I said, he's gonna convert every single fourth down for you. His route range is atrocious. I get that, but he's also, when you think about it, 4.5 is like really good for power. He's probably the best power back in the draft. Agility. I mean, like they kind of said it. Like Javonte Williams is not very elusive. I say he's a little bit. Like I don't think so, but yeah, maybe a little bit. 3.3. Change of direction. It's not as good. I'll give it 3.15. The reason is because it's just a little worse, but I think this is just like math kind of makes sense. Ball security. This, on the other hand, isn't as good. I wouldn't say it's a terrible, but he did fumble a couple times. It's a little worse than average. Like, he's going to fumble, like, I wouldn't say once in a while, but he'll fumble, like, every other game or so. Not that much, but yeah. Comparison, let's see. I'm thinking about power back. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to give him to not Damian Harris. Javonte Williams, like, they kind of already gave it to you, but he's a perfect guy for him. Like I said, I think Javonte Williams is a lot more consistent and does have that little more breakaway speed. But yeah, I'd say that's a good comparison. Yeah, we'll go next guy. I think is very underrated. He could definitely be a starter in the NFL. Let's get right to him.
Smith in motion. They'll keep it on the ground.
Up the middle is Spiller. Spiller all the way to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown.
Okay, now going to Isaiah Spiller. He is a bowling ball. Not the fastest, I'd say, but yeah, I definitely compare him to a guy like Cam Akers, honestly. Kind of sleeper guy. Inconsistent quarterback play is a very, 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 very understatement. But, big understatement. Yeah, they did stack the box a lot. Made them beat them through the air, actually be a good way to say it, yeah. Spiller's tape as a receiver against Colorado was impressive and will help him be a pro evaluators. This dude can't flat out. He's probably the best receiving back in the draft. It's good to be well-rounded. Not many guys are well-rounded in this draft, which helps him. Some team sources have compared to Arian Foster. I don't really like this, but it's not the worst comparison. Spiller ran for the Aggies as an underclassman in 2020, averaged 5.6 yards per carry, basically 1,000 yards, 16 for 178. 5.4 yards per carry, 2019, 946 yards, 10 touchdowns that season. He got 29 for 203. 6'1", 225 is put together well, and a nice combination of size and quickness. I don't really know about the quickness, but maybe. We got one more guy to do after this, but if you want to look at his stats, like they're not that good. I'll be honest with you. Failed to break a big on one. I will say he's pretty explosive. Not maybe the speed, but look at games like against Missouri, he was pretty good. Pretty good against Mississippi State. I mean, he's pretty consistent too, but like winning 10-7, I remember that game, isn't gonna exactly help you. Yeah, this year he didn't get a ton of receptions or yards, but did have a good he did get some targets, which is a good thing. So now we're going to go to the ratings. But yeah, like Isaiah Spiller, as you can see, is pretty well-rounded. 4.540, not the greatest, but yeah, I like the projection too. Okay, now for Isaiah Spiller. Here's rating. Speed, it's not a liability. Honestly, it's about average. Yeah, that's probably it. After contact, not the greatest. I'll give him 3.25 though, because he did break some big tackles against Alabama. Catching 4. I've never seen him drop a ball. I'm being honest. I've never seen him drop a ball. It's pretty good. Route running, it's not good. It's like a 3, but it's not bad either. I'm gonna give it 3.4 because he does run some nice routes. I call it inconsistent. Ability to hit the right hole. Like, I mean, there's not really. This isn't like, if you can't hit the right hole, you're not a good running back. 3.75. Toughness. He does struggle with this a little bit, but I'll give him an average one. Like, he does have some toughness, but I don't really see it as like a big, like, wow, that guy's tough. He's gonna, like, he keeps on running. I don't really see that much, but I don't really see that as a liability either. On the field vision, I wouldn't call it elite, but it's pretty darn close. I'm gonna give it a 3 point. Yeah, I'll give him a 3 point. Yeah, I'll give him like a 3.99. It's not. I can't give it a 4. Like, on field vision is hard to get a 4 in. If you have a 5 in on field vision, You never, ever make the wrong decision. Literally. It's basically like Tom Brady. That's how good of a decision maker you are out of the backfield. He's really good at it, but just not at 4. Power, it's average. It's a 3. Agility, it's actually a lot better. I'll give him a 3.65. He made some big plays out of the backfield, like catching the ball, making a juke, and then getting to where he needs to get. Definitely that first down marker. But yeah, he definitely has good agility. Change of direction, I think this is even better, 3.75. I really like his change of direction. That's not a liability either. I mean, like, he's average with ball security. Like, sometimes keeps it loose a little bit too much, but don't really see fumbling as that big of a deal. And catching the ball, like I said, his catching is really good. Comparison, let's see, let's see. This isn't easy. Really isn't. Okay, let's think. You know what? Yeah, I think Cam Akers is a good comparison. They're both good receivers, both really good catchers. Like good receiving backs. Not the best power backs and not the fastest. I think Cam Akers is a little faster, but yeah, I think Cam Akers is a good comparison. Okay, last guy, then we get to the overall grades.
Here's the give. Walker! Kenneth Walker! Touchdown! Smarty!
Okay, last guy, Kenneth Walker. Okay, Kenneth Walker is a very interesting player. Yeah, he was on fire, putting up big numbers and carrying Michigan State 200 entering November. He didn't have the opportunity to show more receiving ability because the Spartans don't feature their running backs in the passing game. That's the problem. Walker is a strong build to run the hard between the tackles and pick up yards after contact. Team sources say he's well on top and has a toe to the ball, but they feel he lacks a dominant trait in the NFL. They feel he could be a really good starter in the right scheme with talent around him. Yup. Walker helped himself with a fast 40-yard dash time at the combine. This dude just isn't that talented. If like I'll be blunt right now. Doesn't have the talent. There you go. Like I don't mean he doesn't have talent, but they put it pretty well. You need to put guys around him if he wants to succeed. Like Michigan did a really good job there. But if you can use him in the receiving game, get him his touches. If he's on the Jaguars, no offense, he ain't getting nothing done there. Okay, he won't be a successful running back. The best running backs in the NFL will get it done in Jacksonville because they're the best running backs in the NFL. Maybe one day he could be a serviceable starter, like a starter, but the thing is, he just doesn't have that if. Yards after contact is his best trait, and he's not even that great at that. I'll be honest with you. He had some great games, and then you get to the, where is it? After Michigan. He ran well against Purdue, but they got, like, their defense couldn't stop a fly. Maryland, he's good. Yeah, they only gave him 6 carries, but at the start of the game when you're down, 7-0? He got 6 carries, only got 25 yards. When you're playing a team like Ohio State, you have to have your best game of your career. I'm not even kidding. Ohio State is far and away better than Michigan State. In that case, you're not going to win by throwing the football. Want to know what they should have done? Well, Kenneth Walker only got 6 carries for a reason. He wasn't running the ball well. He had 4 yards per carry. It was 6 carries. If he blew away a touchdown on the first play of the game, he would literally, I'm guaranteeing you this, he would have been, honestly could have, I'm not saying they would have won this game, but they would have given him a lot more carries because if you're Kenneth Walker, you got to send the tone. Like, oh yeah, you didn't have a hole. Well, make your own hole. Like I said, if you're an NFL caliber running back, you're winning this game by yourself against Ohio State. I'll be honest with you. There you go. Okay, Kenneth Walker, speed. Pretty fast. I mean, he's broken away some pretty good runs. Like, I'll give him a 3.5. After contact, his best trait, I'll give him a 3.75 for this. Your best trait being a 3.75 isn't the greatest, but I mean, like, whatever. Catching, honestly, we didn't really see it for a lot of this, but like a couple times he's been able to. I'm gonna say it's average, really. Like, I haven't seen enough of it, but when he's done it, it's not really been a problem. He hasn't made some crazy catches or anything. Route running, like, same thing. Is it, like, I really don't know. I can't give it a mark because, like, Zamir White didn't get any targets. Like, neither really did Kenneth Walker, but we do know that giving him a rating of 3 seems reasonable, knowing what he can do. And I watched some of it in high school. He's nothing special. Ability to hit the right hole. This is honestly, I'll give him like a 3.1. He's not very good at this, per se. Like, he misses the hole sometimes. He tries to cut back. Little hesitant. Can't do that in the NFL. Toughness. He's pretty darn tough. I'll be honest with you, that this dude's tough. Power. I mean, on-field vision. He isn't very good at this either. You see, he sees the hole, he's going to hit it, but if it's a small hole, he's not going to, like, literally, I'd say, what is it called? Anticipate? He does not anticipate a lot, and that's a problem in the NFL. If you're an NFL team, you need a running back that can anticipate. He's not that. Power. 3.2. I mean, maybe not the best at this, but he definitely, if you needed to, he'd get in the end zone. Agility. I really, honestly, this isn't really that bad. I'll give it a 3.3. It's not good per se, but I wouldn't score it bad. Change direction, on the other hand, I'll give this like a 2.5. It isn't that good. Like, him cutting and changing direction isn't, I wouldn't really call that good. Agility, yeah, it's pretty good agility. Ball security. I don't like his ball security either. It's, honestly, it's basically Brian Robinson's issue, too. Like, they're not good at it, but they're not terrible at it either. But, like, they do drop the ball every once in a while. Kenneth Walker, I'm going to think of a power back that can break one. This isn't really that easy. You know what? Marlon Mack would actually be a good one. Good offensive line. Those would be good, but they don't. They're kind of screwed. Yeah, I give Marlon Mack a good one. Okay, yeah, now we go to the official ones. Every single guy gets their rating. We'll see who the best running back, according to this, is in this draft class. Okay, right off the bat, first guy, Isaiah Spiller. I'll give him a 3.44. Of course, that averages out. So, yeah, I call a 3.44 running back. Ain't bad at all. That's a really good rating. There's not, I don't really know many guys that have a better rating than this. It's pretty good. Brian Robinson, I'll be honest with you, I don't like him. I'd say he's below average, just below average. In the NFL, who knows what he can do, but I don't have as highly rated. Prove me wrong. Yeah, I got Breshadaul. He's my #1 running back. I'll be honest with you. 3.71 rating. It's really good. If you get a 4 rating, you're a great running back. He's closer to that. He's the most consistent, and I really like how he plays. Samir White, most efficient though, 3.43. Definitely deserves that rating. He could just rushabilize this Spiller because of the carries, but he is very efficient. You got to keep that in mind. There's not many more guys that are more efficient than him. Kenneth Walker, 3.1. Like I said, he's not that dominant, but he doesn't have glaring flaws like you say Brian Robinson could. But like I said, he's not very dominant. That makes him just about average. So in total, we'll close this video out with Breshadaul as our #1 running back. #2, we have Isaiah Spiller. 3, Samir White. Kenneth Walker, #4, and Brian Robinson Jr. at #5. Okay, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. We got wide receiver ones. That's gonna be like 10 wide receivers I'm gonna have to do. That's gonna be a good video. Yeah, we'll keep going. Either way, guys, like, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed. That's me on today's video. Yeah.